Hi, welcome to the supposedly live coaching session for Tuesday, the 20th of October. Sadly, it's not live. You're going to watch a recorded video that I did a little while ago about the importance of your elevator pitch. Sadly, I am stuck in hospital with them trying to sort out this pesky shoulder that is causing more trouble than it's worth. But in the meantime, I'll hand you over to a bald, big-eared bloke who will talk you through the importance of your elevator pitch. Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about the concept of the elevator pitch and the importance of an elevator pitch both to the structure and content of your CV and also more generally across your job hunt. For some, the elevator pitch may be a foreign concept, something you haven't heard of before. So I'm just going to start off by walking through the scenario of an elevator pitch, how it got its name and why and where you would use it. The scenario is that you are in a company, you are about to be interviewed, the receptionist has asked you to go up to the fourth floor and you've made your way to the lift. As you get into the lift, a woman joins you and introduces her to you as the company's CEO and asks you why you're in the building. And at that point, your response to that question, why are you here, to someone who may have an influence on the hiring decision, that response is your elevator pitch. That next 1 minute, minute and a half, while you describe why you are in the building, is your elevator pitch. And the thinking and the naming of the concept is that you have completed your elevator pitch by the time you get to the fourth floor. So it's a minute, something like that, while you just describe why you're there and you take that opportunity to sell yourself to someone who may have some influence in the hiring decision. The elevator pitch is maybe 100 words long and you draft it, you sit down and you write it and you craft it. And there are some general rules about crafting an elevator pitch, which we're going to go through in this video. But the most important thing, for me anyway, are two sort of golden rules. One is, it is going to be full of your accomplishments. So it's not just, I'm a nice guy, I'm an honest guy. It's going to be accomplishments, what you've achieved. And those accomplishments, wherever possible, are going to be evidenced. So there is going to be data where rather than saying, yeah, I'm the most successful salesperson in your competition, ABC Limited, so that I am ABC's most successful sales guy. I have improved my revenue figures by 17% year on year for the last 3 years, and last year I delivered £4.3 million worth of revenue to the business. That 5-10 seconds in an elevator pitch is worth its weight in gold. And the reason that you're going to document this, and you're going to get those 100 words together, is each of those sentences, or even half sentences, every evidenced accomplishment will then be evidenced also in your CV, largely in your most recent job description or in your personal statement. But there is a rule that goes along with the make sure you support it with evidence rule, and that is never say the opposite of something you wouldn't say in the first place. It's a waste of space and it means nothing. I'll give you an example. There is no point either in your elevator pitch or in your CV or in the answer to an interview saying that you're honest and hardworking. In the 25 years that I've worked in recruitment, I have never seen a CV that claims that someone is dishonest and lazy. So saying that you're honest, saying that you're hardworking actually means nothing, because the reader will never see the opposite. So instead of that, what we're looking to do is evidence that you're hardworking. So over the last year, on average, I've worked 62 hours a week. Or within your CV, evidence you're honest by maybe telling them something that isn't a great selling point, but evidences your honesty about yourself, your self-awareness, your personal development plan. So those sort of statements don't make it into an elevator pitch. What we are looking for in an elevator pitch is hard evidence about your accomplishments, about your character, about your skill set, and about your values. If you can cover those four in your elevator pitch in a minute and a half, 100, 120 words, you have an incredibly powerful sales document which will radiate right the way through your job hunt. To help you look at how we put those 120 words together, we're going to look through a model that I Got Hired uses. But one piece of advice first: don't just sit down and try to write 100, 120 words. It is incredibly tough. The better way to do it is write individual sentences. And in each of those sentences, make sure that if you make a statement about a skill set, a character, a value, an experience, an accomplishment, that you evidence it. Write those sentences down. You may end up with 300 or 400 words in 10 or 12 sentences. If you get to that point, you can then edit back from there. It is very difficult, as with your personal statement, to sit down and just write it. Write the component parts first, then put it together as a jigsaw. But when we sit down with job hunters and we work with them to create their personal statement or to create their elevator pitch, we work through the 10C model. We call it the 7 and 3C model because 7 of the C's apply to a generic elevator pitch that will be used right the way through your job hunt. The last 3 apply in situations where you're actually talking to someone face to face. So the elevator pitch you're going to create will be valuable should you be in that elevator scenario with a CEO. And these last 3 C's that cover those. So we're going to go through these 10 C's of creating an elevator pitch. Number 1, be concise. Make your point early and make it clearly. Secondly, be very clear. It should be easily understood. There shouldn't be loads of acronyms and industry jargon. Basic, straightforward, to the point English. This is your opportunity also to be compelling. Sell yourself as a solution to that hiring problem and be prepared to be bold in these selling statements. The elevator pitch should be conceptual. Don't go into too much detail. If there is detail, if there is data, it needs to be evidencing an important sales or solution point. Your pitch should be concrete, it should be tangible, it should be easily grasped by the listener. After a minute and a half, they should know why they should hire you. It's as simple as that. Equally, when you're writing it into a CV or you're using it to inform a cover letter at a later date in your job hunt, keep it very concrete, very straightforward, and be consistent. This is the whole point of an elevator pitch. Maintaining that consistency so your sales messages, your solution solving messages are consistent right the way through the process. And there doesn't need to be that many of them. 4 or 5 basic reasons why you are the solution to the hiring manager's problems is more than enough. Maintain the consistency and maintain the evidence right the way through. Those 7 C's all apply to a written elevator pitch, but there are 3 that then apply just in that situation where it is a face-to-face pitch. It's over a coffee or it's in an elevator or however that event comes about. So first of all, customize it. Don't be scared of moving slightly off script so that you can make it relevant to the audience that you are meeting with. Secondly, keep it conversational. This isn't a presentation. You can ensure that your personality and your character comes across. Don't go into that sort of glassy-eyed, over-rehearsed, reading a script type presentation style. Just keep it light, keep it conversational. And thirdly, there should be a call to action at the end of your pitch. At the end of that minute and a half, you can either ask the audience to do something, but most likely in a job hunting scenario, you're actually going to ask for permission for yourself to act. So you're going to say, is it okay if I give you a call tomorrow morning to pick up these discussions with you? Or are you okay if I send you my resume when I get home tonight? Or asking questions. Is there anything else that I can tell you that would be of help? Would you like me to send you anything else? Make sure there is a close at the end of your elevator pitch that brings the whole thing together with a next steps. That's very, very important. And then finally, rehearse. When you have written your 100 words, you've cut it down from 250 words, and you have this statement, these 100 words that you think are the essence of why an organization should hire you, that's the point at which you start rehearsing. Rehearse into a mirror, rehearse to a partner, rehearse to a friend. Ask for critical feedback. Ask them if they understood the value of what you are saying. Ask them if they understand the call to action at the end. Rehearse that elevator pitch. Once you've done it, you'll be amazed how often through your job hunt you refer back to your elevator pitch and how important that document becomes to you, because you're going to bang those 3 or 4 solid, most important solution sales messages right the way through your job hunt. So that's your elevator pitch. It's the work for today. Sit down. There's the elevator pitch checklist is attached to today's module. You can use that to help you frame your elevator pitch, get it done, and then we'll start using that elevator pitch tomorrow when we start looking at actually beginning to structure and add content to your CV.